Hey there. So this topic I'm about to talk about now is a bit different. I do talk about self-harm at times and suicide to try and get people to stop. Most of the people that ended up helping are girls. It usually does tend to be girls the most. I end up helping people to try and help them stop. It's not good, it's not right of any of what goes on in life. But lately, it's been life. Life is pretty terrible. Things are rough. It's horrible. But the thing is yeah, I do talk to a lot of girls and help them out. But there are boys. What about boys? They self-harm too. They are suicidal as well. And then every post I see, it says girls. Girls do this, girls do that. I'm like, you guys are not including the boys. We're all equal here. We're all one. It's like you gotta remember them too. You can't just leave them out as well. I try and look for pictures to post on pages I help admin. And then sometimes I'm looking for things that are specific to boys. And everything I find always says girls. I'm like, no, please. We gotta remember it's either together as one or we have to include the boys too. It can't just be just girls. No. That's not how it works. People think that boys are really strong. Probably just because of how that they're made and like in our brains we're like, oh hey, boys are really strong, they can do everything. No. I mean, yeah. Okay, so in general, boys are supposed to be stronger. As they can like lift heavier things and stuff. And it's true, boys don't like to talk about their emotions as much. But yet, they still talk to me. And I still try and help them out as best as I can. But yet, the thing is that people don't realize that boys hurt too. I mean, I'm sorry if the video's gonna be a little bit different this time. But what I'm trying to say is it's not just girls. I'm trying to help include the boys too. And trying to remind you guys that you have to stay strong too. I know that together as like a society or whatever, people are like, oh, boys got this, they're like really strong and stuff. And I'm like, you're forgetting the part that they hurt too. It's not just girls. They'll be like, oh, they broke up. The poor girl is all sad and broken and stuff. Trust me, the boy is gonna be really broken too. I've talked to a lot of people lately, and like, so many different people that I help out. I've been helping out so many different people, it's like, it's hard to keep track of. And then some of them, for the boys, they're like, I just broke up with this girl, and I'm just having a really bad time and stuff. I'm like, oh, that sucks. And I'm like, I don't really know what to do, but say that I'm here for you. I mean, like, sometimes it's just hard for me to know what to say. And people are always like, oh, you know what to say. You got this. You can do all this and stuff. I'm like, no. Trust me, helping people is harder than you think. Even doing these random videos. So, yeah, I just happen to do these when I'm really happy. So, yeah, I'm loving this. But the point is that boys are not always really strong. They can't always just keep it to themselves or something. They need somebody to talk to too. They need somebody to be there for them as well. They're not as we think. They're just like us. I mean, stop just saying it as just girls hurt. No. Boys hurt too. I mean, I do agree that it does happen more for girls. I mean, we tend to be a bit more emotional about things. Sorry, girls, but it does suck to be us at times. But then for boys, I mean, come on. We can't forget about them. Girls, we're suicidal, we have depression and anxiety, but so do boys. Girls that starve themselves, girls that self-harm. They're depressed and have all these issues and stuff. But here's a twist. Boys do too. Boys, they self-harm, they're depressed, they're suicidal. And yes, they actually do what girls do at times. They have their moments as well. And it's horrible. It's not good. I don't like it. One person I'm currently kind of trying to help, he messaged me, and I'm like, hey, I'm here for you, I can help you out, I care about you. And then he told me about his self-harming issues. And I'm like, oh, I wish you would really stop that. And it's like, if he would really hear exactly how I feel, like my tone of voice and everything, he would really know that I really do care about him. And I'm like, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you are a girl, if you're a boy, if you're like some weird thing. No, I don't care. If you're harming yourself, I care about you, and I really do wish you would stop. I told him that I wish he would stop harming himself. It's not good. And then I didn't even tell him that I wanted him to promise me or anything. Later, I wake up, and then I send him a message. He says that he promises me that he will stop. I was so happy to read that. I'm like, that's awesome. Then someone else who I'm helping, well, maybe a little more, but you know, I gotta have an occasional break from helping people. Anyways, so that one, he used to starve himself. And I'm like, whoa. Because originally that was the first boy that I was talking to that actually told me was wrong. He actually talked to me. Like, told me his emotions and all that. And he told me that he was suicidal and stuff. And so at first, he told me that he starves himself. I'm like, whoa, that's a small twist. Like, I haven't really helped out with anybody like that yet. As in, for me, I haven't really talked to boys. I mean, I kind of do, but sorry guys, you're kind of hard to talk to for me. I mean, I can make these random videos, and I don't know who's gonna watch them, and I'm like, okay, I'm cool with that. And then if I actually have to talk to a boy, I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't do that. I'm like, I freeze up. And then every once in a while, I figure out how to talk to some, but most I'm like, sorry y'all, I can't talk. It's easier to talk to girls. So there's this one that I've been talking to for a while, and he used to starve himself. Like, shortly after we started talking, I was like, no, that's not right. I'm like, you gotta stop before it gets worse. And so now I'm like, you gotta promise me you won't do it anymore. He promised me he won't. We've been talking now for over a month. I think it's been a month and 2 weeks. By the way, that one's my boyfriend. So, since it's been a while, I'm not exactly sure, but I think he's kept his promise so far. A couple nights I'd end up texting him when I have a moment where I feel really down and stuff. And then he's like, remember that promise that you made me promise you? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, I want you to promise me the same thing. And I'm like, aw, snap. I don't know if I can. I'm like, I've made that promise before and I broke that promise. I'm like, I can't do it. I cannot make that promise again. He's like, yes, you can. And you will. I'm like, fine. So, anyways, we both have that same promise. We will not harm ourselves anymore. I'm like, okay, fine. It's worth it, though. As long as I stay strong, he will, too. And I'm like, good. I don't want him to harm himself anymore. So it's worth it. And then recently, while we've been talking, he ended up telling me something that actually kind of surprised me. I mean, I know that he used to be a Marine. I know that, like, he's had all these different issues in life and all this different stuff. And then he told me that before we started talking, he was about to end it all. I'm like, whoa. And that is why that he likes me so much. Because I've helped him, like, through so much already, and it's like, I don't even really realize it. And apparently I've done more than I realized. I'm like, whoa, that was cool. But he said that I helped to stop him from committing suicide. The point is that is a guy. And boys have these suicidal thoughts. They self-harm too. It's not just us girls. Okay, so we're messed up too, but so are they. He's depressed. He, like, does all that. I'm like, no. We're just not going there anymore. And I'm like, promise me you'll try and stop. I mean, like, I know it's hard. You cannot exactly keep that promise. I'm aware of that. Very much so. I've promised a lot of people a couple times. I'm like, I'm sorry, I cannot do that anymore. It's really hard, honestly. I try not to make too many people make that promise. I just tell them to try their best. To try not do it anymore. They usually try. There's this other person I've been talking to recently. Turns out that he cuts himself. And I'm like, oh, man, not good. I'm part of this, group thing where I help people. And then I see that on there. And I'm like, what? I'm like, you better talk to me and tell me what's wrong now, 'cause that's not good and you have to stop. And then instantly, I started to realize, wait, that's exactly it. Because I thought of something at the same time that I saw that thing. And it totally made me realize, just a lot. And I'm like, whoa. So I've already realized that boys self-harm too and all that. No, that's not what I realized. I realized something else. And that could be for a totally different video that I may end up doing next. So I've realized that I've made this video go on way too long. It might not fit on my YouTube channel anymore. So I may have to do this again. Hope not. So, I'm sorry for making this really long and a really weird random ranting video thing. I'm totally weird. Anyways, I hope you liked my randomness. And so, yeah. And if you're a boy out there who self-harms, please stop. Realize I'm here for you and I'm here to help. Message me anytime. YouTube, Facebook, find me. My name is Abby Decker on Facebook. Find me, message me, add me. I don't care, do whatever. Find a way to get to me, and I'm here for you.